Hey, I'm Abby and welcome back to the Life Work Balance YouTube channel. Today I want to talk to you about the number one thing that I believe will impact your success during a job interview. Before I jump into that, I want to give a shout out to Jana with the Movo customer care team. Movo is the new microphone system that I have been testing out, and I had some tech issues. And so Jana with their customer care team did a great job of assisting me through the troubleshooting process, and hopefully the audio quality on my videos will continue to improve for you. I also want to let you know that if you're in the process of looking for a new job and you would like some additional support with your interview preparation, your job search, and overall career coaching, I offer one-on-one individual sessions just for you. My most popular sessions are my interview strategy sessions, and that's where I will work with you one-on-one to strategize and prepare for your upcoming interviews. This is where we can diagnose what might be going wrong in your previous interviews that's leading you to zero callbacks. We can talk about your answers to very common interview questions, and we can even co-create some of your responses to those common questions. I can give you feedback on your virtual interview presence and just overall strategy guidance on how to prepare for your upcoming interview. So if this is something that you are interested in, please let me know today. I've linked to my website and my email in the description box below. My slots fill up quickly each week, but I do have slots available every week. So if this is something that appeals to you, please let me know as soon as possible. All right, so the number one thing that I think will impact your success during a job interview is how well you connect with your interviewers. The problem with this is that this is very subjective. Your connection with the interviewer might feel one way to you and one way to the interviewer. You might feel like your interview is the best interview you've ever had, and the interviewer might feel completely different. However, there are some tips and tools and techniques that you can implement during your interview to help you better connect with the interviewer. Now, some of these things are related to body language. So some of those tips are to remember to establish and maintain eye contact in a comfortable way. If you're having a virtual interview, remember to look directly at the camera rather than just your screen. If you're in person, remember to make eye contact with the interviewers that are in person with you. Now, this isn't uncomfortable eye contact where you refuse to break the stare. Your eyes start to water because you aren't blinking. You want to have comfortable eye contact where you make eye contact with each person who's present, and then you occasionally will break that eye contact to look at the wall, to think of your answer to a question, or maybe glance down at the notes that you've brought. Think about how you behave, that body language that you use when you're engaging with people that you're comfortable with. You're making eye contact with them, you're smiling at them, you're nodding along as they're speaking. Just those nonverbal body language indicators to show that you are engaged and attuned to the conversation is one way to connect with your interviewers. Another way to connect with your interviewers is to be fully invested in the conversation. So when you think about how you have a conversation with someone that you're comfortable with, it's not just a robotic back and forth exchange of question and answer. There's conversation aspects to it. You might have some follow-up questions or add some side comments that are related to what they're saying. You want to engage in these same conversation techniques with your interviewer. They might ask you a question and you may feel the need to clarify. You might ask them a question and then comment on something that they said in their response. Treat this interview as a conversation. That is one way to really enhance the connection with your interviewer. And the third and final tip is to follow up with your interviewer. If you can get their email or their contact information, send them a follow-up email after your interview and comment on something that you learned or that they said in your interview that really resonated with you. Thank them for their time. Offer to answer any further questions that they might have or clarify anything for them. These 3 tips, engaging in nonverbal body language that shows that you're attuned and engaged to the conversation, having a conversational interview rather than a cold, robotic question and answer interview will help enhance the connection with the interviewer, and following up will leave a lasting positive impression with them, showing that you genuinely are interested and you care about what you heard and what they said during the interview. Those 3 things will help set you apart from other candidates who haven't fully prepared for this interview. It might feel uncomfortable to try to put yourself out there and do these 3 things during the interview process. But I can assure you that if you are intentionally engaging in these 3 things, nonverbal body language, conversational interviewing techniques, and following up after your interview, those positive impressions, that enjoyable conversation that the interviewer had with you will stand out among many other candidates. Now, don't get me wrong. You also should have many of the qualifications for the job in addition to engaging in these 3 things. But when you are compared to other candidates who also have very similar qualifications, your ability to connect with the interviewer will be what helps them decide to go with you rather than with someone else. These days, during an interview, the ability to do the job is just a small piece of the puzzle. You need to not only be able to do the job, but you need to be able to connect with the people that you're going to be working with. They want a whole person to join them, not just a cog in the machine who can crank out results. Yes, they do want that as well, but they also want someone who's going to enhance and add to their culture on the team, on the department, in the organization as a whole. They're going to want someone who is able to have conversations and collaborate and problem solve and innovate with the other people on their team. They're going to want someone who can come in and resolve conflicts and not get stuck in drama or toxicity in the workplace. Your ability to connect with the interviewer during the interview process will subtly communicate your ability to do all of those extra things that you may not be able to demonstrate through your answers to behavior-based interview questions, technical questions, or situational-based questions during the interview. So connect with your interviewer. Remember that they are a person too. This is a 2-way conversation. Set yourself apart by showing that you not only have the qualifications to do the job, but you also have the skills to be successful in the role and the organization. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you have any additional questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas, please throw them in the comments box below. I love receiving comments, and I will do my best to respond to each of them individually, but just know that if I'm not able to get back to you quickly, your comments and the experiences that you share in the comments below will likely help someone who's going through something similar in the future. So please let me know your questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas in the comments box below. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so that you can receive life-work balance advice delivered directly to you every week. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.